Hey, well, good afternoon, everybody. I hope that this Friday is finding you being blessed, enjoying the best of what this day has to offer. Hopefully, you're making the best of what this day has to offer, even in maybe some frustration. That you're seeing the good in it, and the good is motivating you to know that the hardship is created to make you a better version of yourself. Yesterday, I actually posted a statement or a comment in reference to, you know, not utilizing your God-given gifts, that being the epitome of wasted potential. And, the further encouragement was to be great because greatness is in your DNA. And what I wanted to share really briefly on this day is that your potential, you have to go from just potential to actually the state of being. And hopefully I can make some sense of that here in a second. So I want to talk about the shift from potential to actually being. Many of you may know, and to some who don't may not know, I was actually in the military for about 15 years. I got out the military as a non-commissioned officer, and I had the privilege of not only having had some great leaders, but hopefully I was a great leader to those in whom which I led over, and those who were subordinate to me and under my supervision. And one of the things in preparing my future soldiers or my soldiers for advancement as they were preparing to go to the board and subsequently be promoted to the next rank, one thing that I will always tell them is that potential is great, but if you do not realize the very thing that you were meant to be, then potential means nothing. And with this respect, one of the things that one of the stanzas on the actual promotion orders, it says, in lieu of the demonstrated leadership potential, this person is being promoted to the next rank. And then the responsibilities inherent with that rank will, of course, be reposed to the promoted person. And what I want to say is that you are promoted based upon the potential, meaning somebody sees the potential in you to do the next thing. But when you become in that position, when you get in that position, the expectation is no longer that you are demonstrating potential. The expectation is that you're actually being the thing in which that new rank, that new level requires. And so a lot of us are we're stumbling because, yeah, we got the potential, but the potential only manifests itself in glimpses and in short moments of times. We have to get to the place where we can actually sustain the potential, and the potential now becomes a state of being. I am the thing in which I have become. One of the great things and one of the biblical examples that I really rely heavily on, I lean on his example quite often, is David. As a young man, David was tending to his father's herds. And within him, as he was tending to these herds, he was learning the lessons of leadership. He was learning the lessons of not only guiding the sheep and the herd to places of provision, he was also learning to protect them. There were times in his life as a shepherd, he was required to defend the livelihood and the life of those animals, and those animals were a source of livelihood for his father. And so in those lessons, out there in the open space with the livestock, he was developing the characteristics that would go on to make him a better leader when he became the king. And so the thing is that when he became the king of Israel, that was not the time for him to figure out, do I got the goods? No, you're in this position because you demonstrated your ability to lead. Are there other lessons that need to be learned while you're in this space? Yeah, of course there are. There's always things in life that will make us better in our current positions. However, it's the potential that got him there. But if he started to regress in his ability, then his position would have to be challenged. And so what I want to encourage you all today is that those of you all and those of us all, because I too am not excluded from this instruction, but it's time to really start to spend time with those things in which you are allowing to take root in your spirit, those things in which you are giving your attention to. If they are not encouraging life, if they're not encouraging development in you, it may be time to let it go. One of the things that I often challenge people is, how are you growing? What are you investing in yourself to make you a better version of your current self? If your mental diet consists of, just being entertained by something on social media, or if you're not being challenged in your conversations, it may be time to introduce new material within your space that will help you be that better leader. Also, if you're being, for lack of better words, if the people in your life are speaking a constant state of negativity to you, and it is a contradiction to what the Spirit of God is saying within you, this might be time to really reevaluate your circles. And if you can't get rid of the people in your circles, it really may be time to adjust how you receive them. And what I mean in this regard is not everybody should have the same ability to speak into you as those who are encouraging you. There's some people who have the ability, and they can be very negative, they can be very pessimistic. Their words, if you're not careful, will take root in you, and that thing which has now grown in you will actually begin to block out all of the positive stuff that that you're supposed to be pursuing. So getting back to the root of my message, and I'm gonna get out of here on this Friday, there has to be a shift from potential to a state of being. If you are in that position, know that you have demonstrated something that has warranted you being there. Be confident in that and build upon that. Don't just be stagnant. Don't settle with the fact that you are here and that you have arrived. The potential gets you there, but it's your character and it's the constant development that will actually take you, that will sustain you, and that will take you to your next place. So I hope that this helps you on this day. I am encouraged that we are, as a people, many of us are experiencing the shift. We're moving from beyond potential to an actual state of being. And I am so excited about a lot of the people that I'm seeing who are experiencing this. Blessings to you, and we'll be talking soon. Peace.